Welcome to Learning Monkey. I am Raghu here. In this class, we will discuss about product cipher. In our previous classes, we clearly discussed about simple cryptographic cipher techniques. Later on, we discussed about the different components that are available in modern cipher techniques, block cipher techniques. Please watch those classes and come back here. The link for the playlist is provided in the description below. From our previous classes, we clearly understood that the cryptography technique should provide a complex algorithm or technique, so that if you are converting the plain text to the cipher text, if you are using a complex algorithm, it is very difficult for the hackers to identify. Based on the cipher text, it is very difficult to identify the plain text or identify the key. This is what we have done in our cryptanalysis techniques. So in order to provide that complexity in the algorithm, we are going to use product cipher. So product cipher, here in this class you are going to understand how this product cipher design will be and what it is going to provide using this design. In our coming classes, next classes, how it is providing will be discussed in our next classes. So let's try to understand how this complexity is provided, the design will be in this example. See here, if you take the 8-bit plain text, see this 8-bit plain text first sent into the key mixer box. Key mixer box means here you can use XOR operation. Key 1 is XORed with the input bits. In our last classes, we clearly discussed the component of XOR. XOR is providing the invertibility. So the key is sent into the plain text is sent into the key mixer. Whatever the output you got from the key mixer, it is sent into the 4 different S boxes, each of size 2. Each S box is having its own design inside. So what's S box? Already discussed in our previous classes. Now the outputs that come from S boxes are sent into a permutation box. So that permutation box is going to shuffle the bits, means change the permutation, changing the position of the bits. So the output that comes out of this P box, we call it as 8-bit middle text. Up to here, we call it as 1 round. See here, we are providing so much complexity. The input is sending into the key mixer, then into the S boxes, then into the permutation box. If you want to identify the logic, how many possibilities you have to check? The number of possibilities are increasing. These are the points which we discussed in our cryptanalysis techniques. Hackers has to identify different possibilities. So not yet completed up to now. We are completing only 1 round. Again, this middle text is sent into the second round. Here they are using different S boxes, different permutation boxes. Each level like this you can add on any number of rounds. In the second round, again the input is sent into the key mixer or whitener. We call it as again the output. Here we are going to use different key. Here key 1, here key 2. Key changes. And the design of S box can also change. Here you can use different design. These two are not same. See how much complex it is. Again it is sent into the permutation box. The output which we got here, we call it as a 8-bit cipher text. This is how it is providing complexity in our cryptography techniques. So what it is going to provide, because of this complexity, what we are going to provide for the cipher text, that we need to understand here in this class. How it is providing will be discussed in our next class. So what it is providing is, it is providing diffusion and confusion. Diffusion means, diffusion is the idea to hide the relationship between cipher and the plain text. So what's that mean? Hiding the relation between the cipher and the plain text means, see, each symbol in the cipher text depends on some or all symbols in the plain text. Means if you take a bit in the cipher text, how you got this bit? This bit should depend on some or all the bits in the plain text. Means if you want to identify how this bit, assume that the fifth bit, how you got this fifth bit, you have to, it's completely dependent on some or all the bits in the plain text. So it is very difficult to identify the plain text. If that is provided, then it is very difficult to identify by looking at the cipher text. That is what the concept of diffusion means. The same thing you think in the other direction. If single bit in the plain text changed, suppose if you take the sixth bit here in the plain text, if it changed from 1 to 0, if single bit in the plain text changed, several or all symbols in the cipher text has to change. If one bit changes here, several bits or all the bits in the plain cipher text has to change. If that is provided, both are same. Means you are providing so much diffusion. By looking at the cipher text, it is not possible to identify the plain text, which we have done in our cryptanalysis techniques. This is what the concept of diffusion. Second concept is confusion. Confusion means it hides the relationship between the cipher text and the key. Yeah, in the cryptanalysis techniques, by taking the cipher text, is it possible to identify the key? So that is also we should stop. So the same meaning, if one bit in the key changes, it has to affect several bits in the cipher text. If that is happening here in the product cipher, then it is providing confusion. Is our product cipher really providing this diffusion and confusion? Yes, it is providing diffusion and confusion. How it is providing? With an example we are going to understand in our next class. Hope you understand the concept of product cipher. If you have any questions regarding the concept, please post your questions in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel and press bell icon for the latest updates. Thank you.